Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Hope you can hear me. Hope you can see me. How are you all? Are you ready for the weekend? Are you as ready for the weekend as I am? I'm going to start off by promoting alcoholism. We're going to go with the Northern Monk faith. And just to address the rumours in the chat, I have not got a detached retina. No, quite that bad. I did have my eye patch on until a minute ago, but it hurts, so I didn't want to wear it. I can't read when I've got my eye patch on. This will all become clear later to people if you have no idea what I'm talking about. But this week I decided to try my hand at being a pirate and tried to poke my eye out or something. I don't know what happened. Wooden leg, parrot, they were all next, but I drew the line at the eye patch, didn't like it, so I'm going away from it. So, Brian says, hello, evening Brian, how are you? Hans from Sweden, hello Hans. Oh, this bloody thing is... My stream's current bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. I'm sure I put it up. Hopefully you can see me, anyway. Silver Creek, howdy all. Brian back again. Lisa, what did I miss? I want to know what the eye patch is about. So, the honest answer is, I don't know. I had a bit of an itchy eye Monday, Tuesday, and then the day after that I woke up and I couldn't open my eye, and when I could open it, it was agony, and when I went outside, the lights were like, I'm a vampire, no. So something was wrong, so I thought, I'll go to the pharmacist. The pharmacist said, yeah, that's not conjunctivitis. You need to go and see someone. So I nipped off to the hospital, two hospitals actually. One to make sure that there wasn't anything sticking out of it. And I was a bit like, what? Really? We need someone to confirm that? I'm pretty sure I'd noticed if there was something sticking out of it. But anyway, they confirmed that there was nothing sticking out of it. And to go to the... I almost said go to the dentist. Not the dentist. To go to the eye clinic. Eye version of A&E. So I went down there, and there is something happened. I've basically got a scratch on my eyeball, a corneal tear, which is basically fancy language for I've got a cut on my eye. So got some drops, got some eye patch, but even with the eye patch on, so it was this eye with the eye patch on. I couldn't really see anything out of this eye either because it got infected, so the cut wasn't a big deal apparently, and if you cut your eyeball that's fine, doesn't really matter, but it had become infected and that's what was causing the problems, but it was affecting both eyes and I couldn't really see, which was handy given that it was one of the busiest weeks of work that I've had for ages. I couldn't do anything. I've been looking back today on the emails that I tried to send on those days, and it's just full of spelling mistakes, and my apologies to people going, I can tell I've spelled these words incorrectly because they've got the red squiggly lines under them, but I have no idea how wrong they are because I can't read any of this, so I was just kind of typing thinking, yeah, this all makes sense. So that was that. And then the antibiotics kicked in and it started to come back. Still a little bit blurry, so I might struggle to read some of the things. That's why I'm a bit like, what's happening, Mr. Magoo? But it's still a bit painful. So I'm still on the painkillers, so hopefully this extra lubrication will help. Starting off with Faith by Northern Monk tonight. Week number 724 of trying to get a beer company to sponsor the stream. So that's where we're at. I had to take the eye patch off because it was hurting. So I'm just going to look a bit bleary-eyed, basically. Popeye the Sailor Man, yes, quite right, Brian. That makes that nice. So anyway, what have we got for you this evening? I'm going to try and read some chat. I don't know if that's how well that's going to go, but I've used my time wisely and created 3 quizzes for you tonight, which will hopefully shut you all up. No, will hopefully appease all the demands of my live stream viewers. We're going to have one quiz, which is obviously the weekly quiz going towards the monthly quiz, where you can win prizes. We're going to have the Eliminator. The Eliminator is where you get all the questions right, you win a prize. And then I've introduced a third quiz, just because I know how much you love quizzing. Basically, just to shut up Rebecca and Jack, which has only got fish questions. So there you go. That's what we've got tonight. And while we talk about quizzes, remember the Friday night quiz. This is the one with 20 questions. The faster you answer, the more points you get. Questions 10 and 20 are wager questions, so you have to bet on it. The points are tallied up for the month. Whoever gets the most points at the end of the month. Caveat there will be no... Well, there might not be. Basically, I'm going on holiday at the end of the month. So the last Friday in May, I will be driving to Scotland. So unless I can convince Mrs. Adventures to host the quiz on the phone while I drive to Scotland on Friday night, we might not have that one. So it might finish a week early in May. The questions are all multiple choice for that one. Use the same name as used in the weeks previously, and the correct answer is what I say it is, not what it might actually be, because I am often wrong, because I do the quiz 10 minutes before the stream starts usually. And then the Eliminator quiz is only 10 questions, but increasing in difficulty. You get one wrong, you're out. The questions are a mix of multiple choice, drag and drop order, and free text entry. Again, the correct answer is what I say it is. The questions are on a timer, so be aware of that. And if you get to the end, all 10, Brian almost got there last week, you got to question 9, I think. You get a prize. That's what we're doing. And then the third one is just fish. So we'll try that out in a little bit. Silver Surfer, how are we doing? Brian feels no pain. Oh, there you go, that's lucky. Rebecca is cooking dinner. That's alright. Sounds lovely. No eye patch, disappointing. It is disappointing. I could put it back on if you want, but you'll just hear me moaning for the next 2 hours going, it hurts my eyes, too bright. And even I get annoyed at myself for that. Aye, how's everyone? Is Graham late because he's patching his PC again? Ba-doom-tsh. Do you have spatial awareness back? No. I have been bumping into things, and God, it's quite sore. I've been bumping into things quite a lot and tripping down steps and things like that. That was cornier than I meant it to be. Very good. Shady Grady, how are we doing? I know people and animals with one eye walk into a lot. I used to look after a one-eyed staffy. She'd run the other way for a ball. Yeah. Yeah. Cupboards, walls, doors. It's amazing the difference one eye makes. Dear. Juggler says he liked the Blackburn video as the next one and culturing some Cyclops. Ba-dum-douche. Adele, nice to see you. Optometrist. Oh, is that when I was trying to think of the name of... Optometrist. What do we call them here? It's not optometrist, is it? Optician, that's what we call them. But I think I was going for eye clinic. And it was pretty good. So, for all the people who moan about the NHS, my experience was fairly positive. So, went to the pharmacy first thing. So at 9 o'clock, dropped the kids off at school, went to the pharmacy. They said, no, go and get yourself off to the A&E. They said go to A&E. And to be fair, I pitched up at A&E like that. They're going, what's the problem? And it's like gushing with streaming of stuff. And I'm going, this, obviously. And they were like, well, this is A&E. We don't do eyes here. It's a bit like, all right, they told me to come here. But anyway, so they said, well, go down to minor injuries and they'll check it and see if it's got a problem with it. Went down there, I was waiting maybe 30 minutes tops. Got seen by them, they checked it all out, checked the vision, checked nothing was like properly serious. I said, right, you need to get off to the eye clinic, which was on the other side of Sheffield, but no big deal, different hospital over there. And it's a walk-in service, it's not like you have to make an appointment or anything. Walked in, off the street, hello, my eye's sore. 20 minutes later, sitting in front of the doctor, getting checked out. Giving me all the drugs. So if you're squeamish about eyes, you should definitely go to an eye clinic. They got so my eye was basically like this the whole time because I was really sensitive to light. So I was wearing my really cool sunglasses, but they obviously wanted to look in my eye, so I was like, and you're in one of those things with a chin strap where they shine the lights in your eyes. I was like, oh God, jeez. And kept closing my eye, and they were like, right, we're going to have to hold your eye open if you won't do it yourself. And I was like, I'm trying. But they got crocodile clips out, basically, and attached my top eyelid, my bottom eyelid, and then had a wee machine that went and pulled them apart. Well, they shined lasers and stuff at the back of my eye to make sure that the retina wasn't detached and things like that. That was not fun. And then she said, I'm going to give you some drops, which is going to clear it out. This might sting a bit. And you know when someone says to you, this might sting a bit? And you think, this is going to sting a lot. This stung a lot. They basically stab you in the eye with a big pointy thing that's got a blob of stuff on the end. This might sting a bit. Take that. Oh, bloody. So I got that. But in the end, I was out before lunchtime, so. And by dinner time, it wasn't painful. I could like look outside at lights and stuff like that without going, vampire. So it wasn't too bad. So when I was in there and I was leaving, I was like, right, look, I'm going to have a good story for this. What would normally have caused this? And they're like, well, it's normally like if you've, I don't know, been filing or sawing or angle grinding or power tools and you haven't got proper safety gear on. What have you been doing? I was like sitting at my desk, writing documents on my computer. I don't know what I've done. So I was like, what is it? What do you call? What do I tell people that I've done? Because everyone was asking, why are you not at work? What are you doing? So I got it written down that I've got a corneal tear. I was like, yeah, that sounds pretty good. But on the drops that I got, it was for corneal abrasion. I was like, that doesn't sound quite as serious. I'll show everyone the tear one because that looks much worse. Bristol is the best eye hospital. None of the crossings have the sound when it's safe to work. Probably how they reduce the number of patients. That's one way to do it. My mother always warned me if it didn't stop, I'd go blind. Yeah, it's not from that. I don't think it's from that, anyway. If you can't see or spell, the quiz is going to be impossible this week. Well, my sight is mostly back, so it should be no worse than usual. Lee from Bolton, how you doing? I'll be in Bolton again next week on Tuesday, I think. Mal, I was expecting a pirate walking the mega tank plank. Yeah. How long does it take to drive to Scotland? Kind of 4 or 5 hours, something like that. From door to door. Stevie P, nice to see you. I think we've seen Zen somewhere, but I missed it. There he is. There she is. He is. Ooh. Lost the power of speech as well. I get to work in my PJs today. Mother's Day Sunday tomorrow for us here in Australia. Oh God, that confuses the hell out of me. It's still Friday here. Yet tomorrow's Sunday for you. Right. How many people have we got? We've got 40 people. Shall we have an early quiz just for the fishy people so we can make this vaguely fishy themed? Oh, I've got one more thing we need to say actually. So I just saw this comment. I've just seen a fox. It's kind of the highlight of my week when I see things as well. I saw a badger again the other day in the garden. I've never seen a badger, a live badger before in all my years. And in the last year, I think I've seen, it's probably the same badger, but I've seen it like a dozen times or so. So the big announcement is it's my granny's 90th birthday today. So all at once, I want happy birthday Phyllis. You've all to shout it at your keyboard really loudly so as it types out happy birthday Phyllis. And then I can send her a screenshot of everyone in the world, from all over the world, wishing her happy 90th birthday. So, this is quite funny. So, Mal saying, Aquarium Delirium, I would love it if the NHS had given you the IT answer of have you tried closing and opening it. We had that exact conversation. where they were like, right, what have you done to try and fix it? Have you put any drops in? Have you done any eye baths? I was like, yeah, I've done all that. It's got worse, not got better. Dropping in the drops. And she literally said, have you tried opening it and closing it? I was like, it's not a computer. She did not get the joke. The clockwork arm, and that's exactly what it felt like, getting the crocodile clips holding my... My hubby was working under his truck and got metal shavings in his eye. It was awful for like a month, and he still feels a little bump when he blinks. I didn't even feel anything like that though. It was just... Even when I was describing it to the doctor, I was like, she's like, does it feel sharp? Does it feel this? I'm like, no, it just feels sore. I can't describe how it feels other than sore. It hurts. It's like someone squeezing my eyeball, and then if I move my vision one way or the other, it was like someone giving me a tiny little punch in the eyeball. A fish quiz is the only quiz I can do. 28 seconds later. 28 seconds, so this is a culinary masterpiece you're cooking, I see. How many meals can be cooked with that level of accuracy that aren't in a microwave? Well, we'll delay it a little bit because it's just for you, Rebecca. There you go. Look at this, Gran. Happy birthday, Phyllis. Happy birthday, Phyllis. Happy birthday, Phyllis. Congratulations, Phyllis. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I doubt she's watching. But she and my mum and my auntie and my cousins are all gone for a girls' weekend to Crieff Hydro. So, I don't know. If the internet's broken, they definitely won't be watching this. But if the TV's broken, they might tune in. My mum tunes in every now and again. Look at all these happy birthdays, Mum. Gran, even. There's people all over the world wishing you happy birthday. So that's why I'm going to Scotland at the end of the month, is because we're having the big family do at the end of May, where all the family's gathering to have a proper birthday lunch. What part of the UK am I in, roughly? I'm taking my family for a 12-day Scotland trip at the end of August. I'm from Glasgow, but I'm in Sheffield. So Glasgow's obviously in Scotland, Sheffield's in England. Sheffield's like kind of middle Yorkshire-y. So yeah, it's a bit of a drive. Tiny Eyeball Punch sounds like a good band name. She's 90. She ate dinner 5 hours ago and has gone to bed. Not my gran. She'll still be up raving away. Crieff Hydro, ain't that a whiskey tour? I think they've got a whiskey tour. Whiskey tour. I've never actually been, so all of my extended family, they're constantly there, and they only started going there constantly when I moved out of Scotland. So I think like the year I moved down to London, Hemel Hempstead, was the first time they all went, oh, let's go to Crieff Hydro, and now it's like, oh, it's such a great tradition, we've been going for so long, and I'm like, I've never been. This is not the first 20 years of my life, and didn't go once, and then as soon as I leave, off they go to Crieff Hydro every bloody Saturday. Anyway, not that I'm bitter. Hi, Gran. Because when I go to Scotland, and I have been invited a few times, but I don't really want to do a 5-hour drive to Glasgow and then another 5-hour drive to bloody Crieff. JT, Jack, we are quizzing tonight, and I have designed a quiz especially for you. I'm not going to sing that. So if you want singing, you have to go and watch JT Keeping Fishy's live stream on a Thursday night. But Jack and Rebecca are always moaning that there's not enough fish questions, so there are at least 5 fish questions in my main quiz, but I've also done a 10-question fish-only quiz as well, just for you. Anyone been following Eurovision? If you have been following Eurovision, that will be very helpful for you for the main quiz, because there might be some Eurovision specialist subject questions. I think we'll do it weekly now, singing on demand. Yeah. So I was watching that with one eye. Like, what have I tuned into? Jack was taking requests last night on his stream and singing some songs, but hey, you must have made a pretty penny out of that. So he was doing it on Super Chats only. We'll make him sing a song. And if anyone's considering doing the same here, happy to do it, but Super Chats only above £10 will get me singing, because I don't want to sing and you don't want to hear it. What is Eurovision? Is it a new style of super clear... Right. You're going to have to very quickly go and Google Eurovision Song Contest. Or, if you can watch on like 3 times speed, as Stevie P says, watch the movie on Netflix about Eurovision. It's very similar. It's basically a competition where every country in Europe, and Australia for some reason, say, let's have a national competition about who's the worst singer we can find that would perform a horrific rendition of the worst song we can think of, and we'll put them forward. They'll go against all the worst singers from all the other countries in Europe and Australia for some reason. And then we have a big party where we all sit and eat popcorn, crisps, sweets, going, ugh, what is this? Why? Stop, make them stop, make them stop. Yes, even Australia get to participate. I don't know why. But it's this weekend, so we will be watching it. That was my point. Yeah, in fact, I'm going to up it. I want £50 if you want me to sing. That's how much I don't want to sing. Yep, and everyone votes for the UK to come last. It's like every 15 years or so, they feel sorry for us and we do well. Like a couple of years ago, we did quite well. But then every other year, we go last. I saw something about the guy who's in from UK this time. They were like, have you seen the odds of you winning? And he was like, yeah. And it's like, he's got a 0.1% chance of winning. He's like, it's not zero. It's pretty damn close. The Dutch contestant got arrested today. Oh, I've not seen this news. Oh, dear. Right. So, what quiz do we want first? Your only option is you're getting a quiz. Whether you want it or not. It's which one do you want? So we can have Eliminator, Friday, or Fish. So that's what I want to see in chat. In fact, I'll do a poll, because that's what we can do. We've got the technology. We can do these things. What quiz? Friday, which is the main one. Eliminator. Oh, I can only have 2. I want an extra option. And I've made it disappear. I want another option. Give me another option. Yeah, fine, whatever. Okay, we're not having a poll because I can't sort out a poll. Worst first Eliminator. It's not the worst, it's the best one. It's the one where you can get an instant prize. A few of you want the Eliminator. Okay, let's get it out the way then. Let's find by experience the Eliminator number 5. This one is, while I sort this out, the Eliminator is 10 questions. You can read it all there while I sort this out. Presentation view. Copy that link. And can I pin that? I can't pin that. Oh, look at that. And the link to the Eliminator has been pinned. Is Jack still donating the Eliminator prizes? I assume so. So, yes, absolutely. So, as we said, this is no relation to Eurovision whatsoever on this one. This is just escalating difficulty of questions. 10 questions. If you make it to the end and get all 10 right, you get a prize from Jack. And maybe me too. We'll give you another 30 seconds or so. You have until I can finish this little bit of beer and get a new one. The quiz app is called Crowdpur, but the link should be pinned at the top of the chat. It's not the Blue Kits anymore, so it's a new thing that costs money. Still breaks every bloody week. It's called Crowdpur. So if you look on your screen, you can either scan the QR code, this thing here, or go to Crowdpur and enter code 8EXW5. Have you set the questions to auto run? I have no idea. So it'll be nice for us both to find out at the same time. Where are the pins? They're at the top of the quiz, the top of the chat, or right there, underneath your comment. Moving on to beer number 2. This is Life and Death, My Vocation, classic IPA. Have you proofread the questions? I have. I proofread them last week as well. Makes no difference. Are we about ready? James, are you in? Have you managed to figure it out? He has indeed. Right. The Eliminator, number 5. I forgot to put... One of the settings we haven't done is put music on it. To be clear. Are we ready? Shall we do the countdown? Here we go. "20 seconds. Question number 1. Yew, alder, hazel, and rowan are types of what? Are they birds, fish, trees, or mushrooms? All of you, except one, think they're trees. And they are trees. Well done, almost everyone. Who was the one? Come on, who was the one that didn't make it? I can probably tell. 3 were eliminated, so 1 got it wrong and 3 are out. Who was it? Does it tell me? Eliminated. Trip. Oh no. Right. Next question. Yellow and blue mixed together makes what colour? Brown, purple, red, or green? Sorry, Brian. I didn't mean to make a dog look like that. That was meant to be just a quizzical dog. So, easy questions to get us started. Almost all of you, in fact, all of you went for green. Have I made a terrible mistake? No, it is green, of course. Well done, everyone. We're all still in. Are we ready for number 3? Here it comes. The tibula and the fibula are bones in which part of the body? Leg, arm, back, or chest? Popular answers are leg, a couple of arms. We're losing somebody. We're losing the arms because it's obviously the leg. That's the tibula and the fibula there. So if you see your name up there, you're still in. So we've got quite a few. Barbs, Beans, Jugglers, Frey, JDT, Mal, SGH, Stevie P, and others. Are we ready for question 4, folks? JT still in as well. And Brian again. Question 4. What does this UK road sign mean? Heavy umbrellas, fallen parasols, coal filling station ahead, or roadworks ahead? Oh, nobody fell for my heavy umbrellas. Of course it is roadworks ahead. So everyone's still in. We go on to question 5. I did spend a good amount of years always looking at that road sign going, why is a man holding an umbrella got anything to do with roadworks? Question 5. Lando Norris won his first F1 race last weekend. What team does he drive for? Mercedes, McLaren, Alpine, or Red Bull? Oh, a little bit of a mix there. A couple of Red Bulls, a couple of Mercedes, and the rest McLaren. And it was McLaren. So we're down to Juggler, Frey, JDT, JT. Well done, Jack, for being in. Zenny still in. Well done, Brian, SGH, and Stevie P. Stevie P surviving a sports question. Look at that. Right, we've got 8 survivors. This is where the questions start to ramp up a bit more. Question 6. Here it comes. Arrange these albums by release date, the oldest at the top. So, oldest to most recent. You get a few extra seconds for this one because you have to move stuff around. We've got the Tortures Poets Department, Definitely Maybe, the Marshall Mathers LP, Dark Side of the Moon. So most of you thought it was in this orientation, and most of you were quite right. So we're down to 4. Juggler, JDT28, Zenny, and Brian. 4 survivors. It's exciting. It's exciting. Question 7. Here we go. In which country is St. Moritz? Switzerland, France, Belgium, or Netherlands? Brian's still in. Go, Brian. Where's St. Moritz? 3 of you thought it was Switzerland and 1 Belgium. 3 of you were correct. Juggler, JDT, and Brian are still in it. We've lost Zen. Question 8. You're 3 questions away from prize. Arrange these countries by population. Highest at the top. JT, the eye patch is here in bits. I couldn't wear it because it was doing my head in. I'll do a kind of half version for you. Right, see, now I can't press the button. So most of you thought, I don't know, the correct answer was China, USA, Russia, then Brazil. No, that's what he thought, but the actual answer is China, USA, Brazil, Russia. 0% added correct. I need a wah 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 sound effect, so I'll just do crickets instead. Ah, everybody's out. I think the game's about to crash as well, so that's probably good. So it's just doing that. Unfortunately, there are no survivors. I think it's the game's internet is crapped out because it's just gone all slow. Well, let's have a look at question 9 anyway. Yeah, my browser disconnected as well. What is measured by the Coulomb, not sure how you say it. I think it was the website that hosts this, their internet was lagging. Is it electric charge, spice level, oil density, or water pressure? It is, of course, water pressure. No, it isn't. It's electric charge. I knew that. And question 10. Arrange these notable dates earliest at the top. And it would have been... Does anybody want to have a go? Golf invented. William Shakespeare was born. Tea introduced in Britain. Or the introduction of potatoes. Potatoes! Correct answer is, of course, golf, William Shakespeare, introduction of potatoes, tea introduced. Because golf was first mentioned in 1447. William Shakespeare was apparently born in 1564. Spuds turned up in 1587. And tea was introduced in the United Kingdom in 1662. So, well done everyone. No one made it. Brian, you're still the winner. You're still the only person to ever get to question 9. Or did you get to 10? I don't know. Well done. Stop. Game over. Finish. Yeah, that's what I meant to do. Your winners are Nibdy. SGH answered 5 correctly. Well done. I'm sure there's a few of you answered 5 correctly. What do you mean it's not the friggin' worst? This is a great game. Oh god, I just missed the thing completely. I'm really happy with this format. I like it. So, tough. You're going to be subjected to it every week. Oh. And that's why I took the eye patch off. Big Steve's Glassbox Creations. Nice to see you, Big Steve. Yeah, buffering, lagging. Yeah, I think it was the website rather than any of us. I don't think we could all have lagged at the same time. Pardon me. So, that's the worst quiz out the way. I'd like to do the proper quiz at 10 PM, so in 20 minutes time we can do the proper quiz. So it's up to all yous whether we do the fishy quiz before that or after that. If you don't want to do that, you've got me doing some inane chatting for the next 20 minutes. Is any getting salty again? Yeah, a little bit. Put up with it though. Fishy quiz, please. Right, so the fishy quiz was designed for Jack and Rebecca. So, Rebecca, have you finished your dinner? So I don't want to do the fishy quiz if you're not around. Great quiz. Love the Eliminator. Brian, you can come again. Thank you very much. I was thinking we should get the fishy one done early, because then Jack can get to bed early. Let me just talk amongst yourselves for a minute while I figure this out in the background. There's only 10 questions in the fishy quiz, so we don't have to worry about it too much. Aquarium Adventures. Can you dress up in a gladiator outfit for the Eliminator questions? I'm saving that for my 50,000 subscriber party. No, that might be soon. No, I'm saving that for my 100,000 subscriber party. I personally prefer the ones where you just choose an answer, so if it was like all like that, I don't think it'd be as bad, but it's the dragging the answers. Yeah. I don't know. I've never really played one. I just thought it was a bit different. So there are options with this software where you can pick the answer. You can do freeform text, so you can type in the answer, but I thought that's just going to be a minefield of spelling mistakes, and that's a bit unfair. And then there's one where you can type in a number, so you can, what's 12 times 12? And then there's the dragging the ones in order. So maybe we'll just stick to the pick a question. I like the wagering, because that gives everyone a bit of a chance that if you get 3 questions in a row wrong, you're not necessarily out. You could still make a comeback. He says, just as Lisa types, I'm not a fan of the wagering because I'm shite at it. Oh dear. Oh, that was quite funny. I like that. So we'll do the fishy one in a second. But has anyone got any fishy plans they want to tell us about? We can do a little bit of actual live stream fish chat. So I have recently been... What have I purchased? Have I got it here? So... What was I trying to say? Before my eye injury, my next plan here was... You might have... Did I mention? I'm sure I mentioned in a video that I've started keeping my plant stock. Hint, hint, go and buy some plants off aquariumadventures.co.uk. I started keeping them in... What's the word? Dry tanks? That's not dry. Rather than keeping them fully submerged, I'm keeping them in tanks with just a little bit of water and spraying them with a squishy gun thing every day to keep them nice and moist. An idea I've taken off Jack, JT Keeping Fish, because that's the way he keeps his plants. It's not, he didn't invent it, but he was the one that reminded me, yeah, you can do this. And I thought, yeah, I've got some old broken tanks. I'll fill them up with an inch of water and just squish them. I've been doing it for maybe 2 or 3 weeks now, and I've already forgotten 5-6 times to come down and squish the plants. Yes, Jack, JT's method, you mean? Indeed. And I predicted this at the time, that I would forget. I am the world's most forgetful person. I need to have automated systems to make this work. So I looked into designing my own misting system. So I thought, I've got all the bits, can make that. But I priced it up and it was easiest to just buy one. So I bought one. So I'm going to get that set up. That's my next project. I'm trying to get a few breeding projects on the go, and you'll know, please everyone. You're right, I can't please everyone. Haven't done my plants in a few days. Yeah, so I've basically been leaving it like 3 days in between sprays. Thankfully they are fine. I think the fact that I've got lids on the tanks has saved me a little bit. But I'm going away on holiday at the end of the month. I want to get something sorted, and the one thing I always say to everyone, don't do this, is never set up something new just before you go away. So I'm trying to get in and get it done so it can run for a few weeks before I do that. I'm also trying to jerry rig my automatic feeders to be a little bit more safe. So mega tank's the one that I'm worried about, because there's some big fish in there, and if they get antsy, they'll just start taking chunks out of each other. But the automatic feeders that I've got at the moment don't really fit the size of pellets that I want to feed that tank, so I'm trying to jerry rig something with them. And again, I want to get it in now, run it for a few weeks, so I can be confident that when I do go away, it will do what I need it to do. So that's kind of everything that I'm doing at the moment, is just kind of messing around with things. I'm also trying to free up, I've got one 4-foot tank that I'm trying to free up, which is currently the kind of grow out for mega tank. It's got the little silver dollars, it's got the little sand goby thing, and various other things that will get big but are currently small. But Callum Mod from the past, you may remember, is moving house and has asked me to look after his African cichlids, his African chichlids. So I'm trying to make that room. Disappointed no patch. There you go, Dad. So that's my dad. So we've already wished my granny happy birthday. I think my dad's probably he's got an empty. You'll have all his friends round wrecking the house, drinking all the wreck the house juice. Hope you're enjoying your free night, Dad. I had to take the eye patch off because it was doing my head in. Build your own automatic feeder. You should be able to with your tech knowledge. Well, my tech knowledge is how big a server do you need for this application? There's not. It's engineering knowledge I think you need, and I don't have much of that. But that said, automatic feeders are fairly standard, straightforward stuff. It's just making a bigger hole so it's bigger pellets can fall out of it. Do you not have a nearby person you could at least come and check on the feeders if you're terribly concerned, and then you could walk them through it? God forbid they didn't act right. Not really. So I probably do have nearby people that could come and look at it, but I think that's almost as risky as just leaving it to feeders. So one thing I have got is I've got security cameras all around the fish room. Not security cameras, well they are security cameras, but I'm just using them as I can check on things while I'm away. So if I see something, I could phone somebody and say, right, go around, do this, do that, do the other. But under normal circumstances, it should be fine. Hans says, I'm currently rebuilding my fish room. The plan is to make a room so I can move the 720 litre into the fish room. To make room so I can move that into the fish room. Fun times when you're moving around your fish room. Hello, Mr. Adventure Senior. Can we get your dad on one time? Well, you never know. If we get to Scotland early enough at the end of May, we might do it together. See if we can get a quiz going. When you set up your blackworm tray, I'm interested. When did you set up your blackworm tray? Literally the day that video came out was the day I set it up. It was a happy accident of tripping, dumping all the stuff out of that box and going, "Argh!" and throwing it away in anger. And it kind of landed perfectly, and I went, "Ah. Do you know what that would be good for?" No way! Hello, Grahamsda. I'll come over and live in the fish room for a few weeks. If you want to come and do some house sitting, I'm sure we could work something out. Did you see Fish Shop Matt's latest video? He kind of word for worded you with the 3D planted thing. With the what? Oh, the tower thing. Which is up there. I didn't. No, has he got one as well? So he obviously waited until they told him to release it, unlike me. So he'll be doing well. To be fair, that thing's brilliant. I should make a follow-up on it. Really happy with it. I think it would work really well in an actual aquascape. I would low-key love to watch a stream of Jack attempting to maintain Graham's fish room. Hey, that'd be pretty funny, wouldn't it? Jack, let's talk. You'd have to look after the dogs as well. So That'll make my dad happy, so I didn't take the dogs up to Glasgow to make him look after them for a week. I'm not sure how this conversation would go with my wife. Yeah, so some guy who I've never met, know him from the internet, he's going to come over. He's from a different country, it's fine. He's going to live in our house for a week. Is that alright? Yeah, maybe not. Right, we're ready for this fish quiz. Has anyone heard from Rebecca yet? How did you get the habistack so quickly? They sent it to me. So it isn't an actual habistack. Let me see if I can just grab it. This is a 3D printed pre-production prototype. So the actual one's going to be injection molded. So this is, it's basically they're trying to get us to give them a little bit of exposure to get more people to back it, so they've got the funds to actually make it. So it isn't the actual Habistacks, it's just a prototype. So I think they've picked a few small YouTubers to say, well, will you make a video about this, please? Honey, I've rented a random 17-year-old, it'll be fine. Well, the only reason that would fall down is my son turns 17 next week, and I would not trust him home alone. So why would I trust someone else's 17-year-old home alone to look after my stuff? Uh-oh, Dad's on his third beer. Wow. This is going to end well. He sings for money on the internet and keeps fish. Yeah, he's well trustworthy. Mr. Lane, hello. Sorry, I just saw movement on the camera. I thought that was the badger back again, but no. She's back from dinner. Right, are we ready to do the quiz then? Presentation view. Move that to there. Copy that. Put that into chat. So this is the fish only quiz, just to satisfy Jack and Rebecca. If you want to join that. These are fish questions, and I expect out of everyone that plays, Jack and Rebecca to be number 1 and number 2 by the end of it. There are no prizes for this one, just kudos, just bragging rights. Nothing more than that. And if Jack and Rebecca aren't number 1 and number 2 on this, they will be sorely disappointed, and questions will be asked in the future. So, mostly fish. There might be a couple of plant questions, which is kind of getting in there. Oh, remember those L46s I had? Is that when you came down to the auction as well? To drop them off in the guy in Deep Car? Put them into a brand new aquarium and managed to get ammonia up. Oh my god. What a waste. That's only like 10 minutes away from me. If that. I could have gone and helped him out. Youch. So Zen says, I'm saying Rebecca, Stephen and Jack, calling it now in that order. Oh, that's... Well, let's find out then, shall we? Let's start the countdown. 20 seconds to go. What if the answers are wrong? Well, you'll just have to trust me and Google. ChatGPT was not used for any of these questions. I googled them all on my own. Here we go. Question 1. What is the term for the reproductive strategy in which fish release a large number of eggs but provide little to no parental care? Is it R selection, polyandry, monomagmal, or K selection? So we're going deep dive fish questions. Oh no, James. James still doesn't know how to join. It's a slightly different code. I posted it a little bit further up. It's not the pinned one. It's not the pinned one, everyone. Show the live answers. So 3 of you went for R selection, 6 went for polyandry, 6 went for monomagmal, and 4 for K selection. Luckily, this is not get it wrong and you're out. Or all but 3 of you would be out because the answer is R selection. Brian, Laurie Carey Day, and Zenny, well done. JT. Question 2. Which of the following fish families includes species known for their electrical organ discharge used in navigation and communication? Here we go with the Latin pronunciations. Poisilidae, Gymnotidae, Cyprinidae, Chichlidae. A, B, C, or D. Let's go with that. So, most of you think it's Gymnotidae, and most of you are correct, because it is. Well done, everyone. Brian storming out into the lead over second place Rebecca, third place Zenny. Everyone. James made it in. Well done, James. And a few yet to score a point. Brian, do you want to take a screenshot of this just in case it goes horribly wrong after this? Here we go. Question 3. The 7-figured pygmy goby has what claim to fame? Is it the most poisonous fish? Is it the shortest lifespan of any vertebrate? Is it the most populous fish? Or is it the loudest animal? And I'm back as if nothing happened with this one, another vocation. It's not for doing it. Most of you went for the shortest lifespan of any vertebrate. And again, the masses are correct. Brian's correct again. And Zenny again. Jack and Rebecca, what's going to be? You'll never be able to live it down. Apparently it lives on bundt cakes. It's a killifish at like 30. No, it's not. You're wrong. Because I said the answer was it's the 7-figured whatever it was. Question 4. Which of the following is not a type of fish scale? Cycloid, ctenoid, ganoid, squamoid. Cycloid, ctenoid, ganoid, squamoid. I've made an ice cream. This is Vocation Special Edition Toucan Tropic DDH IPA. Double dry hop. Is that what that stands for? More than I thought going for cycloid, ctenoid and ganoid. Because squamoid is the correct answer. That's a made up word. Oh, Brian. Oh, no. False Inspector straight up into second with the correct answer. Zenny wrong again. Again, for the first time. I thought that was an easy one. Question 5. What is often added to planted aquariums to accelerate plant growth? Is it hydrogen peroxide, oxygen, carbon dioxide, or Jean-Claude Van Damme? Stop trying to correct me, Rebecca. My answer is final. I need a new JCVD regulator. Well, I'm planning on releasing one on aquariumadventures.co.uk. None of you went for JCVD. Ah, dear. Well, what's often added is carbon dioxide. Well done, 21 people. Brian takes his spot at the top back. Brian and Zenny with the most questions correct, with 4 each. Are we ready for number 6? Because here it comes. Where do demersal fish spend most of their life? Or demersal fish spend most of their life? On the bottom of a body of water, on land, mid-water, or near the surface of water? Demersal. Demersal? Demersal. I do not know how to say that. So, most of you think near the surface of the water. And most of you are wrong. They spend most of their time on the bottom of the oceans, seas, and lakes. There are things like rays and all that kind of stuff. I'm getting lots of no. We're going to pause the quiz while I quickly Google demersal fish, also known as ground fish, live and feed or near the bottom of seas or lakes, the demersal zone. They occupy the sea floors and lake beds. I thank you. So, that gets JT up into second. Interesting stuff. Here we go. Number 7. Which hormone regulates the growth and development of scales, bones, and fish in fish? Scales, bones, and fins in fish. Is it melatonin, cortisol, thyroxine, or insulin? Which hormone regulates the growth and development of scales, bones, and fins in fish? Most of you going for thyroxine, thinking thyroid. Yeah, thyroid deficiency, that limits growth. And you would be correct. It is indeed thyroxine. False Inspector, Juggler, the fastest fingers there. Stevie P got it right, Zenny got it right, Laurie Kerryday got it right, Platty got it right, Dirty Deng got it right. So, 1, 2, and 3 are within, 10 points of each other? Here's number 4. 4, 5, anyone in the top 6, maybe even Jack. If you get the next one right, Jack, you've got a chance. And here is said next one. It's number 8. Which plant is most likely to be used to create a carpet in an aquascape? Is it Monte Carlo, Java fern, Amazon sword, or Anubias? I can now imagine myself by dozens of emails from people showing me their Java fern carpets and their aquascapes. Why not scientific names? Says JT. Clearly someone who's got this question wrong. Most of you went for Monte Carlo. In fact, all of you went for Monte Carlo because it is indeed Monte Carlo. Well done, everyone. So you didn't get it wrong, Jack. Why are you moaning? Everyone got that right. So, can a 30-40 points separate the top 10? We've got 2 questions to go. Exciting. Question 9 coming up any second now. What are the most ancient type of fish? Cartilaginous fish, jawless fish, teleosts, or bony fish? I have no idea what that image is. I didn't pick it. What are the most ancient type of fish? Wow, most of you have gone for teleosts. Don't you know that teleosts are the most diverse of the modern fish? So teleosts are bony fish. I'm saying this as if I'm some kind of expert on this. It's because I read it earlier today. The correct answer is jawless fish. Jawless fish are the oldest, then we get the cartilaginous fish, then we get bony fish, and then from the bony fish we get teleosts as the newest versions. So, only 3 people got that right. That could make a big difference to the swing. Here we go. Laurie Carey Day and JT, look, it's first and second all of a sudden. Oh my god. It's like it was predicted. Right, Stevie P, we just need you to sneak in, and then Zenny called it. Last question. Are we ready? What is the heart rate of most tropical fish? Again, willing to fight everyone because I researched this thoroughly. That is a technically true statement. Is it 150 to 160? Is it 100 to 120? Is it 20 to 30? Or is it 50 to 60? I love the confidence of the people who went for 150 to 160. Very much isn't. So, a lot of people went for 150 and 100. Only 2 people went for 50 to 60. Wouldn't it be interesting if that was the answer? That is the answer. How does that affect the final rankings? Oh, we're getting it wrong. She still wins. In first place, we have Laurie Carey Day. In second place, we have the mysterious SJH, who never reveals him or herself. And in third place, we've got JT Keeping Fish. Well done. False Inspector in fourth, and then I couldn't see who was in fifth. In fourth place, we had... Come on, second round. False Inspector, Juggler in fifth, Brian in sixth, Stevie P in seventh, Zenny in eighth, Big Steve and Frey make up the top 10. James just outside the top 10 in 11th place. Well done, everyone. Therein ends the quiz of all quiz questions. So that's not bad. The 2 people who were asking for the fishy quiz came first and third. SGH, reveal yourself, SGH. Reveal yourself. I'll send you a prize or something, because you're always in this and you never say a word. So, are you happy with the fishy quiz? But we all had 6 correct. Yeah, but you obviously had 6 correct, answering it at different rates. Remember, the faster you answer, the more points you got. So we all went, no, that's not how it works, Jack. I remember once being told that every animal has the same number of heartbeats on average during its life. That's why I went high. Every animal has... That could be true, I suppose, but it depends how long your life is. So if every animal has 10,000 heartbeats in its life, but one of them lives for 1 year and one of them lives for 10 years, then the BPM of the one that lives for 10 years will be a lot lower. Yeah, that makes sense. Do you remember that jogger from like 80s or 90s? What was he called? Jim Fix or something like that? He was like the fittest man in the world. He did a marathon a week and then he dropped dead of a heart attack. I firmly believed he used up all his heartbeats. I think you could just get like a set amount of heartbeats for your life. So you should chill out and stop running everywhere. I know my logic is flawed there, but you know, there we go. SGH is me on another account. That's not true. More questions. Well, there is a whole other quiz with 20 questions, 5 or 6 of which are fish related, 5 or 6 of which are Eurovision related, and 10-ish are randomly related. Anxiety counts as cardio. Yeah, it should do, shouldn't it? Anything that gets your heart rate up, that's what they say. So all we can say is well done, Rebecca, well done, SGH, and well done, Jack. You did it. Good fishy quiz, too tough for me as a reefer. Well, maybe we should include some reefy questions, some salty questions. Happy to do so. Be right back. Susan home, time to cook dinner. Right, quick, let's get into the other quiz. This is the quiz that matters. I won't start it right now, but I'll just put I'll get the view ready at least. So James has a few minutes to get it ready. The late Bill Hicks did a bit. That's probably who I'm thinking of. I did love a bit of Bill Hicks. I have all these DVDs. I even have some of his cassettes. That's how old I am. I used to be able to do most of Bill Hicks' routines like from memory. A dog's resting heart rate is a lot faster than ours. Yeah, that makes sense though, doesn't it? Died of a heart attack while jogging. Yeah, that's Jim Fix. It's like, just chill out. Stephen Hayden says he's SGH. Did I miss someone? Stephen, I'm SGH. Congratulations. Why do you never speak? You do so well in all the quizzes. I'm a huge fan of Bill Hicks. I'm a huge fan of Bill Hicks as well. I used to, yeah, like I say, I had all these DVDs. In fact, I had these VHSs before they were DVDs. I used to watch them all the time. Sorry. Right, James is on his way out. Well, if you just hang on 5 more minutes, we've got the big quiz. This is the one that counts for all the money. Oops, I almost played that myself. Copy link address, that's what I was going to do. Find the chat, put it in there. Do you know what? My eye is feeling so much better after a few beers. It's funny that, isn't it? If I bring that back there, restore the chat, change the pin. Wait for it to catch up. I said I wanted to do this quiz at 10 o'clock so I could maintain some kind of consistency, and then immediately who is Bill Hicks? God. Right, the pinned message is the proper quiz, the big quiz. Bill Hicks is a comedian who... When did he die? Was it like 1995, something like that he died? He's a stand-up comic. Why is that doing that? Anyway, he was a stand-up comic from in the late 80s and 90s. Had some... I don't want to say anything else about him because you kind of have to go and watch it to appreciate. There's a lot of lurkers out there, Aquarium. There is, because sometimes I have like 50, 60 people and there's like 10 people actually chatting. So to all you lurkers out there, thank you for coming along. You don't have to chat. It's nice if you say hello, but you don't have to. It's not the Higgs boson guy. No, that's a Higgs boson guy. No, Bill Hicks. Right. I'm going to have to get myself demonetized just to show you who Bill Hicks is. That's Bill Hicks. No, I don't want to spoil it for you because it is fantastic. What you reading for? Right, are we ready, everyone? Have we got... How many people have we got in? We only have 17 players. Hello, Philip. Ooh, get you, Lisa. Hello, Philip. Hey up, Phil. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Autocorrect, okay. Graham, when are you singing for us? Well, as soon as we get the £50 super chats, I'll burst into song. Or the next time I overstock my fridge and drink far too much, I'll sing away, yeah. Right, we're up to 18 players. Only 18 people want to play in this. This is the monthly quiz. This is for all the bananas. Right, well, we're going to get into it. 19 players now. 30 seconds to go. Yeah, quite right. The singing comes at 2 AM when I have too many beers in my fridge. Luckily, I've learned my lesson and I now only stock 4 beers at a time. I was not aware we were playing for bananas. I'm slightly less motivated. It's all the bananas, though. Question 1. Which country won the first Eurovision back in 1956? Was it Sweden, United Kingdom, Luxembourg, or Switzerland? Told you there would be some Eurovision questions. Remember, fastest finger first. What I think's right's right rather than what's actually right. Sometimes those two things are the same. Live answers. Oh, a bunch of people going for Switzerland and a bunch of people going for Sweden. The actual answers are Switzerland. Laurie Carriday, Shadow and Juggler take the top 3 spots, and Botty McBotty in 4th. All the way down to Trip, and everyone else got it wrong. 20th place, Tom. Oh, Tommy, don't be like that. You can get it back. We're having a bit of a Eurovision party in my house tomorrow with the kids to watch it all. Here we go. Alongside Sweden, which country has won Eurovision a record 7 times? Is it Ireland, Norway, Portugal, or Spain? For those of you who have no idea what Eurovision is, that image is quite a good representation. It's like the worst possible karaoke party. Ireland gets 13 votes on that one because it's correct. Of course it's Ireland. They always bloody win it. Juggler, Shadow and Botty McBotty. Mark Barbsbean's Laurie Carriday. Yeah, Eurovision does my head in. Every now and again there are some actual decent quality singers in it and they just get overshadowed by some twat in a headdress. Like that guy. There was the guy from Britain that won, or didn't win, almost won. Sam Ryder. He's actually got pipes and can sing. But it's politics. It's nothing to do with singing ability. Question 3. In Star Wars, what was the name of the spaceship piloted by Chewbacca and Han Solo? Was it Millennium Force 1? Millennium Failure, Millennium Falcon, or Millennium Fastback? Australia's in it because they enjoy suffering for 6 hours. Apparently it's all to do with the TV stations and who picks up the TV station. That's how Australia get in. Most of you went for Millennium Falcon, quite rightly. Millennium Force 1. No. It is Millennium Falcon, and well done everyone. Juggler the fastest, Shadow and Botty McBotty in 3rd place. If you still have an original Millennium Falcon, I think one went boxed 3 or 4 years ago now. It went for something like $30,000. Sam Ryder did the New Year's Eve thing and sung with Queen even. Yeah, it's actually really good. My brother-in-law, if you're watching, Jez, hello, performed with him on stage recently. That's like a really bad claim to fame. My brother-in-law once performed with Sam Ryder. My other future possible brother-in-law produced David Gray's album White Ladder. I have some really tenuous links to some good songs. Right, question 4. The tail fin of a fish is more correctly called pectoral fin, anal fin, caudal fin, or ventral fin. Mostly you going for caudal fin. Caudal fin? Because that's right. Well done. Uh-oh, it's going slow. Does that mean it's breaking again? Juggler, 90 points on that one. Well done. June, how did you get that one wrong? Well done, Zenny. 90 points on that one as well. Lagging. It is a bit. Question 5. Sam Ryder's Spaceman was second at the 2022 Eurovision. What was the highest UK chart position it achieved? And it was only second because everyone voted for Ukraine because they were getting bombed by Russia at the time. So was it second, 9th, 41st, or first? Most of you think that it was first. Most of you are wrong. It only got second. Oh, was that in Jack's quiz? Sorry, Jack, have I stolen a question of yours? Just goes to show that my quiz is better, says Jack. Just goes to show that your quiz is a day earlier. Question 6. How many times have the UK finished dead last in the Eurovision Song Contest? 5, 0, 1, or 8? The famous nil point. Most of you have answered, and most of you have gone for 5. Oh no, yep, still 5. The correct answer is 5. Yeah, we quite often get. Bottom botty, nicely done there. We need more singers like Sam Ryder in it. Everyone else is so damn boring and depressing. This year's is just this year's is just. It's painful. It's painful. I mean, even when I try to be supportive, I'm like that. Oh, no, this is just bad. Question 7. What are viviparous fish more commonly known as in the hobby? Are they live bearers, egg scatterers, mouth brooders, or air breathers? Not ear breathers, air breathers. Yeah, I'd happily predict we get 0 points this year. Oh, a lot of people think they're mouth brooders. Oh, sorry. Oh, no. Yep. Live rankings. They're not mouth brooders. I pressed the wrong button there. Sorry, everyone. They are live bearers. Question 8. What is a key ingredient in a Waldorf salad, not Waldorfy, Calvados and Scrumpy? Is it apples, plums, dates, or pears? Who is Botty McBotty? Because they're doing quite well. Apples are key in a Waldorf salad. Scrumpy and Calvados. Well done, everyone. Except Jack and Rebecca. Scrumpy does make sense because that's apples. You know, there is some sense to these quizzes. They don't just throw themselves together. How many points did the UK award ABBA for the song Waterloo? Universally accepted as the best Eurovision song ever. How many points did the UK give them? ABBA were they were for Sweden. That's quite right. They, or you think they gave them 10 points. We actually gave them 0 point. That's what I mean. It's got nothing to do with sense. So 4 of you got that right. Laurie Carriday, Stevie P, Dirty Den, and someone else who we haven't got to yet. And Gas Musk. All the Americans are now just going, this is the shittest quiz I've ever seen in my life. What the hell is a Eurovision? Right. Question 10. This is the one where you can wager some points. Remember, if you don't wager any points, you don't win any points. Question 10. Here we go. And the hint this week for the question 10 point wager is make sure you read the question. Whose logo is this? Is it the World Wildlife Federation, Pandas Are Us, the World Wildlife Fund, or the World Wrestling Federation? If I was to have a prediction on this question, there's going to be lots of people angry at me. But I'm going to get all uppity with you and prove that I am indeed right. Let's see. I'm going to suggest most people go for A. Most people did go for A. And those people are wrong, because it's World Wildlife Fund, not Federation. Wah, wah, wah. Well done, JDT, Stevie P, Mark, Barbs Beans, Laurie Carriday, Zenny, Platty, Gas Musk, Moral Lee. Oh, look at all those people that have lost points. Juggler, 500 points. Oh, 580 points someone lost. Shadow, 235 points lost. Ouch. Botty McBotty, 584 points lost. Arg. Oh dear. Yes, it's World Wildlife Fund, not World Wildlife Federation. Never mind, you can make it back. Here we go. Lordi, famed for their love of gore and monster costumes, won Eurovision in 2006, representing which country? Australia, Norway, Denmark, or Finland? Definitely wasn't trying to do an Australian accent there. Australia. No. Australia, Norway, Denmark, or Finland? This was in your quiz too. Oh, okay. Most of you think it was Finland, with some Denmark, some Norway, and no Australians. It was, of course, Finland. Stevie P did not know that, though. Question 12. Scott has something to say. Aquarium Adventures, you're wrong. WWF equals Worldwide Fund. World Wildlife Fund. That's what I said the answer was. Do we have to go back in questions here? It's World Wildlife Fund for nature. We will go back and answer this after the quiz is finished. and ignore any and all protests, because what I say goes. Question 12. With what type of shop is Savile Row in London's Mayfair traditionally associated? Is it a jewellery shop, electrical goods, suits, or antiques? I did do the rules and regulations. Here are the rules and regulations. Most of you think it's suits for some reason, because it's correct. Well done, everyone. Savile Row suits. It's also where the phrase, oh, hang on. Not wildlife, wild. But I refer you to my earlier answer that what I say goes, goes. But I also dispute that. We will look at that later. Savile Row was where the term bespoke suits comes from. Bespoke meaning it's been spoken for. So you go in, you get measured up, and someone makes you a suit, and someone else comes to buy it, and they go, no, it's bespoke, because it's bespoken. It's been spoken for by Graham. Graham's buying that. When I was a kid, I used to think bespoke was a brand, like, I've got a Hugo Boss suit. Oh, I'd really love one of those bespoke suits. Stop arguing about it. You're quite right. Worldwide Fund for Nature. That was not one of the options. But still, I refer you to my earlier question of the answer is what I say it is, not what it actually is. So, regardless, question 13. Lord of the is a book about a group of boys marooned on an island spiralling into savagery. What is the Is it Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Flies, Lord of the War, Lord of the Boys? Remember, I wrote this when I was half blind. Give me a break. It was Lord of the Flies, you think. 3 of you think Rings. 3 of you are wrong, because it is Lord of the Flies. A groob, by the way, Jack, a groob is a group spelled wrong. JDT with 1,000 points, breaking 1,000-point barrier for the first time on question 13. Question 14. The ultimate disaster movie was a tagline for which film? Armageddon, Finding Nemo, Apocalypse Now, or Bean? Do you know what? I love how upset you're getting about this, Scott. Because it's how upset I would get about it if I knew the answer and was cheated out of it and was met with someone going, tough. Most of you think the answer is Armageddon. Really? 3 of you are correct, because the answer is Bean. The Bean, Mr. Bean movie. The ultimate disaster movie. Barb's Beans got that one right. Well done, Barb's Beans. Juggler and Botty McBotty. None of the top 10 got that one right. We could be on for a comeback from someone outside of the top 10. Question 15. What is the primary function of active carbon in an aquarium filter? Is it mechanical filtration, UV sterilization, chemical filtration, or biological filtration? Should have been a wager question. What, the bean one? Yeah. Well, there is one more wager question coming. You never know. Could be a good one. Most of you should get this one right. Most of you think it's chemical filtration. Because it is. It's all about speed of answer, this one. It's pretty fast, JTT. HAP 98. That's very fast. Right, question 16. 5 to go. What kind of fish is this? Is it a platy, a swordtail, a guppy, or a molly? I'll remind you all that I was definitely blind when I wrote these questions, so my spelling a bit off. 100% went for swordtail. Well done, all 100% of you. 90, 92, 90. Pretty good. 91 for JT. 92 for 20 place Tommy. Question 17. Which of these might be more naturally inclined to jump out of an aquarium? A betta, a cardinal tetra, an angel fish, or a discus? Pardon me. Bettas will not jump, I can guarantee that, with those long tails. Most of you think it's better, and most of you are correct. Bettas jump all the time, Jack. So bettas are renowned jumpers. Cardinal tetras, absolutely not. Angelfish, absolutely not. Discus, every now and again, when a discus spooks, it might jump. Bettas jump? Mine don't. I've never seen a betta. The bettas do jump. It's a known thing. See, this is why we don't have fish questions, because you all get upset. Question 18. In Sweden, what would be kottbullar? In Spain, albondigas. What is it? In Sweden, it would be kottbullar. In Spain, albondigas. What is it? Is it grapes, potato fondant, meatballs, or dough balls? There are some umlauts missing here. Grapes, potato fondant, meatballs, or dough balls. Did someone go to IKEA this week? No. We've got a preponderance of meatballs with 1 grape, 1 potato fondant, and 2 dough balls. It is, in fact, meatballs. Doesn't change much at the top. Question 19. In horse racing, what is the given name for a female horse under 4 years of age? Is it a filly, a gelding, a stallion, or a mare? A female horse under 4 years, filly, gelding, stallion, or mare? Most of you think it's a filly, a couple of geldings, a couple of mares. And you lot had a mare because it is a filly. So a filly becomes a mare. A gelding is a castrated male, I think. And a stallion's a stallion. So we get JDT in first place, Stevie P in second, and one more betting question. So with the final question, it often pays to go big or go home. But if you don't get it right, you could lose all your points, and anyone could win this. So if everyone bets everything, but you know, you don't have to. You choose. Go big or go all the way home. Place your bets now, people. Remember, if you don't bet anything, you don't win anything. And the last question of the evening is, which Muppet Bear had the catchphrase "Waka Waka Waka"? Was it Baloo, Sooty, Huggy, or Fozzie? Some big wagering going on here. Oh, didn't mean to do that. So the winners are, in third place, Mark with 2,576 points. Stevie P in second place. And in first place, JDT28. 2,856 points. Jack finished just out of the top 10. So JDT, Stevie P, Mark, well done. Your points will be tallied up and carried forward for the whole month. Only the top 20 scored points, everyone else lost everything. Barbs, Beans, Zenny, Laurie Carry Day, Gasmus, Botty McBotty and Juggler and someone else make up the top 10. Shadow just made it into the top 10. Brian just outside. Mona Lee in 12. Jack in 13. Platty, Trip, Dirty Den, June and Tommy up to 18. False Inspector and SGH, whoever you are, in the top 20. Well done, everyone. I'll take that for a comeback, that's the thing. It makes a good comeback. Is it me without the D? Now there's a joke just waiting to happen. Right, a bit much. We've over-quizzed tonight, I think. Zany made the top 5, did you? Well done. You did. 2,000 points as well. That could stand you in good stead. Next week, let me just work out the calendars. Oh, no, you're quite right. So next week is a quiz. The week after that, no quiz. The week after that, quiz. So we're missing the 24th. Unless we can work something out. So we're having a 4-week month. Good question. What is the subject for next week, JDT? You get to pick. As always, quiz rules. It's not one of the rules. I don't know why I showed you that. One of the rules is if you win the quiz, you get to pick the specialist subject for the following week. only the first wager had a correct quiz. Right, hang on. Question 10. So here is question 10. Whose logo is this? And the four possible answers were World Wildlife Federation, Pandas R Us, World Wildlife Fund, and World Wrestling Federation. So, okay, the actual answer was World Wide Fund? World Wide Fund. The word wide appears nowhere there. So you should be able to cross out Pandas R Us and World Wrestling Federation. It's definitely not those two. It's going to be between World Wildlife, is it Fund or Federation? And out of those two, the one that closest matches the actual answer is World Wildlife Fund. It's the logo for both, so it's still right. World Wildlife Fund is just the US. So WWF. Oh, look at this. Worldwide Fund for Nature, formerly World Wildlife Fund. So I don't know how any reasonable person can think the correct answer for them. If you're presented with those four answers, you're not going to go, nope, none of them. Nope, it's World Wild Fund. No. Of those four options, that is the correct option. End of story. Job done. Next question. Right, okay. It was formerly named the World Wildlife Fund, which remains its official name in Canada and the United. Even better. Thank you, Juggler. You can come again. Trinic28 says, I am JDT28 and my subject for next week would be L number plecos. Okay, if no one else comes in to say that I am also JDT28. Wrestling a Panda Federation. L number plecos. Nullify the question but deduct 100 points from everyone who didn't say worldwide. No, just no. This is the whole reason I have the rule. The answer is what I say it is, and I say it is World Wildlife Fund. End of story. If you can't be as wrong as me, tough. Surprise, surprise, Rebecca thinks that's a brilliant choice. All questions on plecos. They will mostly be, what is the L573 better known as? I'll have to think up some better questions than that, but okay. We've got another one. I'm JDT28. My subject for next week would be discus fish. I'll probably have that as well. JT keeping fish. I know you're not JDT. L numbers it is. I'm Spartacus. Can we make L numbers the Eliminator? Ooh. Can we make L numbers the Eliminator? No, that would be mean. So you've got a week to bone up on L numbers and all things L number. It might be, what is this L number better known as? It might be who came up with the L number system. It might be how many L numbers are there. It might be why are several L numbers given the same, why are several species given the same L number. It might be what is a C number compared to an L number. Who knows? Who knows? We may never know. Aquarium Shed, hello. Does anyone know the name of the panda? Oh, it does have the World Wildlife Fund panda does have a name. Is it Cece or Chi Chi? Chi Chi. The inspiration for the World Wildlife Fund logo came from Chi Chi, a giant panda living in London Zoo in 1961, the same year the World Wildlife Fund was created. The panda's name is Fred. Is it? No, it's Chi Chi. Cece. Chi Chi. It says it there. As backed up by Rebecca, who's always right about everything except for the name of WWF. The skeleton is also in the Natural History Museum. Wow. She's stuffed and the skeleton's in the Natural History. Oh, that's kind of... I don't know how I feel about that. Mm. It was Chi Chi, yes. Chi Chi's my cat. There you go. A whole load of L numbers. My birthday was 3 months ago. Hang on, the WWF logo isn't even a panda. What is it then? Or do you mean back when it was wrestling? Taxidermy is cool. Well, is it? Have you seen bad taxidermy? That's hilarious. Oh, are we getting to that time already? The Coldwater Aquatic stream is at this link. So they'll be streaming in a couple of minutes. If you fancy popping along, keeping the Friday stream train going, go over, say hello, say Graham sent me. Hang out a bit and see what they're doing over there. I'm not going long tonight. I need to go to bed. Did you see the question about mud snails? I did not see a question about mud snails. Do you remember the Eddie Izzard skit about taxidermy? Oh, do I? I don't all of a sudden. That makes sense now. I can sleep here. Yes, I can sleep here and have done in the past, but let's not do that again. We're going to finish at a normal hour at a reasonable time. Bad taxidermy sometimes makes my day. My favourite ones are the squirrels, where to like make them have squirrel tea parties and stuff like that. It's just chef's kiss. Anyway, I will bid you all good night. Thank you for joining me and enduring my quizzes with all the correctness of the answers. Definitely not staying until 3 a.m. Dr. Awesome, hello. Just in time to say goodbye. I've had a long week and I need my beauty sleep. This doesn't just happen, you know. So I'll bid you good night. Go and see one of my other colleagues streaming and say hello. Graham sent me, or jump into the Discord server up there, or just go and watch one of my videos. That's always nice. Until then, until next week. See you. Bye.